Well, thank you to everyone for coming tonight. So another little Renee and Teresa special. We're professional at this now with our with our lessons, aren't we, Renee?
Oh, we are. We love it, but I look forward to this now once or twice a month. It's great.
It's the teacher in us. Can't get it out of us. So tonight's focus is winter warmers. So we're trying to give you a bit of a lowdown on a few things. So we've got happening a curry. We'll have a soup, a chicken soup happening. Renee's got some puddings and potentially some hot chocolate, but we're just going to see the timing. So we want to show you what you can do with your Thermomix for winter especially, okay? So it's all about soup, curries, keeping warm and all that kind of stuff. Alrighty, Renee is going to start with pudding, sticky dough pudding. Now, remember, please yell out if you have any questions, use the chat box, whatever it might be. It's only a small group of us, so definitely we love the interaction. Ask us the questions and we hope we have the answers. All right, I'm going to take me off. There you go. Okay, so all you, Renee.
Beautiful. So good evening, all. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update. So I've had to do some things post this class to make sure that the class flows really nicely. So the first thing we're going to start off with is the sticky toffee pudding. And you've just got to be careful when looking for this on Cookie Dough because there are two variations. We're doing the one that's cooked in the Varoma tonight. So keep out for that recipe. I had to pre-prepare our beautiful toffee sauce. So that's it there. It has to only cooks for about 4 minutes, but as you can see, it's still steaming. So it needs to now cool for 10 minutes outside of the jug. And then I'll pop it into the fridge for another, I'm going to say 10, maybe a bit longer minutes because it needs to then thicken because you want that beautiful stewy sauce to go over your pudding. So just to give you the lowdown on what's in it, it's 60 grams of unsalted butter, 60 grams of the soft brown sugar. It says golden syrup. I'm the type of person, Teresa is as well. If we can substitute something that's in our cupboard, we do that instead of buying something and adding to our shopping bills. So I had some rice syrup. So I've used rice syrup instead of golden syrup, or you could use honey as well. And I love this recipe because it actually gives you the option to choose the golden syrup or the honey in the recipe. But we go through lots of honey. So I'm saving my honey and using something that we don't necessarily use as much. It's then 40 grams of full cream milk and a little bit of vanilla extract. You literally dump it all into your jug, pop it on for your 7 minutes. I like 7 minutes. It gets to 100 degrees, so it cooks it up really nicely. And then you transfer it, cool it on the bench, and then pop it in the fridge for it to thicken up. As you can see, I've just done that in a plastic container. It's already becoming thicker just sitting on the bench. I can notice the consistency changing. Then we need to go on to the pudding. Now the pudding, I did do a little bit of pre-work for this as well. And the work I had to do was with your dates, and they're a bit sticky, but you halve all of your dates, get rid of your, and I think it's 160 grams, double check the recipe, 150 grams of pitted dates. And then you add a teaspoon and a half of bicarb soda. And I did all of this just sitting with my bowl in the jug, in the sort of cutout there. So be mindful with your scales, you can measure and use your device just to measure in things. So I literally sat it in here, put my dates in, then put my bicarb in, then you have to pour in, it's about 180 grams of boiling water. It all fizzes up. So watch my feed tomorrow because I'll post all of that. I filmed it for you. But these have to sit for about 20 minutes. So I had to preset these so then you guys didn't have to watch that for 20 minutes soaking. So they're all ready to go. So now we're actually going to start the recipe. I'm actually going to use the same jug that I cooked my toffee in. I just put some water in the bottom so it didn't get too gooey. So I'm just going to get rid of that. But we're not going to wash. We're going to save ourselves a bit of time, a bit of energy, and now we love our thermies. So I'm going to pop that jug back in. That just had toffee in it. Now it says to reserve. So pop my dates end the soaking water. I thought I was going to have to drain it, so that's interesting. So that I don't want to tip it too much. But that's our dates and water and bicarb.
Yeah, so you got to make sure that you measure it correctly, because I've done that before. I think the first time I made it, I assumed I would just have to get rid of it. But in actual fact, you do have to throw it in. So just got to make sure you got the right amount as well. Sorry, Renee, to interrupt. We've just had a few come in as you were talking. We're making sticky toffee puddings. Just so because they missed that first bit. Sorry.
Beautiful. Yeah. No, that's all good. And I just explained that I made the toffee beforehand. So this is a good one if you want to be able to do it on the spot. You can make your toffee beforehand, have your dates ready, and then whip it up on the spot. So we're going to pop in our dates and our water. As Teresa said, don't get ahead of yourselves. I used to do that. And then I'm like, shit, I've got to go back. But pop that all in there. Don't dispose of any of that. We then want 40 grams of, again, unsalted butter. So I've just all of this for you. But just remember, anyone who does have a machine or doesn't have a machine, before we start to measure anything in, just trying to get all of that out, always tear back your scales on the front of the screen. Oh, next one, we're then going to add our 110 grams of brown sugar. Oh, that was bang on. I like that. That's lucky, I feel, especially for me. The next one is 150. Now, I've been trying to make a bit of a healthy, conscious decision for our whole family. And every time I ask for plain flour, I actually do half whole meal flour, and then I do the rest just normal flour. Just trying to make a little bit of a healthy, conscious, because my girls have got sensitive guts. I feel like I've got a sensitive gut as well. So that's how I'm trying to break even there on that one. So that's 150 grams. And as I said, I've just mixed the two, plain and wholemeal. And then we need some baking powder. I have no confidence in my eyeballing today. So here are the teaspoons. If you love a bit of rose gold, check out these ones, guys. They are at the mix shop. I know I couldn't resist, but a teaspoon. I did something else before and I put way too much in. So clearly hand-eye coordination not working well today. So that's it there. Half a teaspoon baking powder, our egg. I'm going to crack it in the bowl because it's that day I end up with shell in there. Oh, baste it. Well done. Pop our egg in. And we are done. Pop your lid on. So remember, I'm just reading my screen, as you Thermi owners know. And it's going to literally is 20 seconds. On speed 5.
This sauce for these puddings is amazing. I may just eat it without the pudding. It's dangerous. So it is ridiculously delicious. And I'd pour it on everything if I could. So yeah, these are my go-to when I want to impress someone and go, oh, look at the fancy dessert I made. And look how crazy easy it is to make in your Thermomix.
So the reason why Teresa says it's really crazy fancy is, this is where we needed the drum roll, because we do them in cute little self-serve ramekins. I'm just getting all the bits off the side. I hate wasting anything. So I've just got all of that down. It now says, so everything's prompted on the screen, to divide evenly into bowls. Now, again, I said there was lots of prep behind the scenes for this, only because there's lots of waiting in this recipe. So we didn't want you waiting around. These, again, are little ramekins. I'm sure you can get them in other places, but these are the cute little mix shop ones. I've got 6, 7, 8. And this is what we're using. So this will make perfect individual serve. Great if you're having a dinner party. Or having someone around for coffee, and you know specifically you've got that amount of people. In saying that, and if you have other ramekins you could use, I've only used about a third, just over a third of the jug, so you could probably double that recipe in there. I now just divide evenly, so you could do a few more, which is nice. We now just need to pour them into our little ramekins. Now, the other thing is if you want to be really particular and not make a mess, and I have got a little bit on the side there. I don't know where my pen is. You can use a pancake pen. So they're great for not getting all of that mess on your ramekin. Yeah, thanks, Teresa. The pancake pens are just the best in terms of not making mess, not ruining. I know prior to my silicone range, I would always get like all the goopies all over your muffin tray. Pancake pen, and if you want perfect size pancakes and not have all those little off drips, that is a gun.
The best $12 you can spend at the mix shop. It's $12, and between the muffins and the Varoma or anything in the Varoma and stuff, it is super easy. But the good thing with this recipe and why we chose this one is because there's an option on Cookie Do that you can cook it in the oven, but we like that it's cooked in the Varoma because sometimes your Varoma gets pushed aside, but it just means you can do the entire cook in your Thermomix, which is so helpful, especially if you're away or in a caravan or whatever you might like. You can actually do the whole thing without an oven.
Now, I'm just trying to quickly get these in because I'll go straight into showing you how we use the Varoma to cook them. And you'll notice I've already got my ramekins in the Varoma, so it does say to have them preset all over my apron already. That's all right. In your Varoma ready to go, I'm just not trusting myself to pour them in there because I'll end up with goops everywhere. Oh, now we're on the floor. This is a true Teresa and Renee show tonight.
Oh, no, we're on fire. Standard. This is life, and this is cooking, and this is what it's like having a family and these things. So we do our best, and that's all we can ask for. So using my spatula to scrape out that last bit. And I did it with a customer once when we made them gluten-free, and they came out perfect. We just replaced the flour and there was no issue at all. So I helped her go through this, and they were obsessed that she could have a sticky date pudding completely gluten-free, and they come out really moist as well and soft. So I think because they cook in the Varoma, they're just not dry, they're just beautiful.
I think we really need to take advantage, as you said. The Varoma is the unsung show a lot of the time, but there are so many things. I've got that everywhere that you can cook in there, and because it's steaming, it's so beautiful and succulent. I'm actually going to get my second jug. Because we're going to need to rinse and wash, but I will wash it and I'll do my hot chocolate in there. So we'll just keep moving along. We're going to pop in water, 700 grams. Place your lid on, and your Varoma literally sits in place on top. Hope you guys can see that. And then you just don't pop your tray in, leave your tray out. Place your lid on, and when set, that will go for, so that's how you literally do your puddings. I will show you what the end product looks like if we get to it at the end. If not, keep an eye on my socials, Mix, Eat, Repeat, and you guys can check out all the final products there later tomorrow. I'll pass you on to Teresa, and Teresa will get going on the soup and this. What are we making? It's soup and a curry tonight.
Yeah, we're making soup. So look, soups, where do you stop with soups in your Thermomix? Literally, like, take your pick because they're all amazing. My absolute favorite at the moment is the basic vegetable soup. It hits high heat in the pan stick. Highly recommend it. I'm over in Australia at the moment, so that's my go-to. The wonton soup I love. This hug in a mug soup is like an infamous Thermomix one. So yeah, there are so many soups. I made a beautiful broccoli and cauliflower one the other day. Look, I mean, super easy in your Thermomix. Pumpkin soup, we could keep going. But tonight, we're making a hug in a mug soup. It is a bit of a infamous Thermomix one. So we'll show you how. I'll show you why. All right, I'm just going to pop this. Hang on. Just need to. Okay, there we are.
Oh, that's a good view. Well done.
Sorry, I'm just taking. Alrighty. Okay, so hug in a mug. It asks for parsley, but dear Mr. 4C parsley, he won't eat it. So I'm going to ditch the parsley. Next is a carrot, obviously just roughly chopped. A celery, roughly chopped as well. And next is mushrooms. Now I had some that are looking pretty sad. So instead of wasting them, I'm just going to throw them in there. So that's double the mushrooms, but that's okay. And I've got my onion in there as well. Okay, lid on, pressing next, 6 seconds, 5 seconds, speed 6, okay? So that's doing its thing. Pressing next. All right, and we're scraping. So 6 seconds and all our veggies and mushrooms are chopped in, okay? We've just saved ourselves probably 6 minutes of chopping. And to get it that fine would take even longer. All right, next thing is we're going to add in some butter. Pressing next. Lid on. All right, so what that's going to do is that's actually going to saute for 5 minutes at 120 degrees. So we're going to let that do its thing. All right, because the next step is fairly easy. Sorry. Something went up my nose. Made me sneeze. Okay, while that's doing its thing, I'm going to soak my other Thermomix. And we're going to start the creamy coconut curry, okay? It's a creamy coconut chicken curry. It is specific for the TM6, all right? And that's because it hits a high heat that the other machines don't. So we're making a delicious, creamy curry. And when you see how quick and easy this one is, you'll definitely try. Now, the start of this recipe actually asks for cauliflower to be made, to chopped up, and it cooks the cauliflower at the top of the aroma. Now, my family prefer it with rice, so I'm going to skip all those steps, and I'm going to go straight to step 3, okay? Now, you can do that on your screen where the main recipe is. Scroll down, press number 3 step, and it will take you directly straight to that step, okay? So you don't need to press next, just go there. Okay, so this recipe, adding our ginger, our garlic cloves, double because it's me. Chilies, I'm ditching the chilies so everyone will eat it or the children will eat it. I'm not meant to put the onion in. Oh, Renee, doing well tonight, aren't I? That's okay. Won't do any harm. Okay, pressing next. And we're going speed 7, 3 seconds. Are you laughing at me, Renee?
I was laughing. I was washing my jug, so I'm ready for the hot chocolate. As soon as you said that, I just said, I'm so right. We are on fire tonight.
We're on fire tonight, but that's all right. We're keeping it real. This is it. Okay. Anyway, it splits it up, our ginger, garlic, all that kind of stuff. Now I am adding in my onion and our olive oil. Oh my gosh, I just randomly measured that and I literally got 20 grams on the dot. Like, that's a miracle for me. Okay, lid on. Now, this is why this is a TM6 specific recipe, because it is, I need my splash guard, it is, it hits high heat. Here's my splash guard. So that means that it sautés, it hits high heat. It's like doing it in a fry pan, okay? So you're making all your mess in the one thing. Okay, turn the dial, high heat is going. That's going to cook for 4.5 minutes. Alrighty, we're speeding along. Does anyone have any questions so far or anything? No, all pretty good.
Just going to get my charger.
Are they things that you would make in your thermi? Some good winter ideas? Alison,
Yep.
what do you reckon, Alison? Something you've tried? Have you made any of them before?
I've made the hug in the mug. I've made the sticky date pudding.
Yep. In the Varoma?
Yeah.
How do you find them in the Varoma?
Beautiful, just so moist and light.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I agree.
Light,
Yeah.
I agree.
No.
Oh, good. So you haven't made the curry. One you could definitely try.
Yeah, haven't made that
Yeah.
one.
Look, the cauliflower is nice with it, but I tend to jump forward and then I just cook it with rice. I'm lucky because I've got the two machines. I tend to just have rice in one, the curry going in the other. So dinner's done under 30 minutes because the curry takes no time at all to cook. So that's pretty handy. That's sauteing and that's sauteing. They're both sauteing.
Perfect. Yeah, we're down to about 22 minutes over here on our
On your sticky date.
And I've just popped the toffee sauce in the fridge to cool and thicken now.
Beautiful. I've got 30 seconds there. And I think, so all I'm going to add in this is some chicken. Now I've got my stock paste. So has everyone made the stock paste with their Thermomixes yet?
Still not.
Alison!
I will.
You need to. You've made everything. You're like a guru with your thermi.
I know.
This is like basic.
I need to do it.
You need to do it. It's a game changer. Honestly, so there's that chicken I did with Renee. It is so good. Oh, amazing. I did it with Jenny. Jenny, we were talking about, weren't we, about our stock paste. And I said to Jenny, I barely get through, I don't even get to 3 months because I've used it all. And I'm nearly at the bottom. And that was literally a double batch that I did. And that's not even close to 3 months. So
and Jenny still hasn't made it.
Jenny still hasn't made it. That's right. Everyone's homework is for next week. We're going to do our stock paste. So I'm going back to the soup. That sauteed all those veggies in the butter. I'm going to add 500 grams of chicken breast. Gosh, what I'm measuring tonight is amazing. 50 grams of plain flour.
The good omen, Teresa.
I'm getting better. And pepper. Sorry. Oh my goodness.
I like measuring.
Alison likes measuring. Teresa loves a good eyeball.
And my eyeball's getting really accurate. Look how accurate I'm getting, even just by eyeballing. I can't believe that oil. All right, so there's my pepper.
Good.
And lid on. Pressing next. All right, that's going to cook that for a minute. Well, not cook it. It's just going to start to cook. So what it's doing is just coating all that chicken in the flour. You can take this off and have a look. So it's just mixing it up and covering all that chicken with the flour. It's not the prettiest, is it, Alison? Hugging a mug.
No, it's a bit, looks like a stew in it, really, but
Tasty.
it's so good.
It's so yum. And you can team it with, to make some focaccia with it, some fresh bread. That's how you can bulk up maybe with some carbs and stuff like that. But my favorite focaccia at the moment is the focaccia with the sauteed onions. Everyone's obsessed with it. So the Thermomix chops up the onions, it sautees the onions, makes your focaccia go, and you just put it at the top, and it's delicious. All right, let's get the soup going first. This is what I do in the kitchen. I jump from one machine to the other, making 100 things at once. Okay, 800 grams of water. So we're still on the soup here. Amazing. Okay. Now here we're adding our tablespoon of chicken stock. And I'm very generous with it. Treat it like a stock cube, but look, I think the more the merrier. There's my chicken stock done. Lid on, pressing next. That's going to cook for 15 minutes, and that's literally it for the soup. Okay, so super easy. All right, I'm going to jump across to our curry. So that's sauteed, the onions, the garlic, the chili that should be in there, and the ginger. Alrighty, now I'm adding in the chili. Well, no chili. Now I'm adding in tandoori paste. This is one that I have made. Okay, tandoori paste is ridiculously easy in your Thermomix. And what I do is I pop it in the freezer portion, 90 grams roughly, because that's generally what my curries need. So to save, you buy a jar. This is what I did, like probably with my TM5, my older model. I'd buy a jar of tandoori or one of those pastes. I'd use it once for one curry, and then I'd throw the jar out because I never use it again. It only has a certain shelf life on it. Now I just make a batch, portion it up in my freezer, and then I've got it ready to go. And it makes such a difference. Well, I'm saving money, that's for sure.
The other one on that, the other one on that, Teresa, is with the curries, you definitely use a lot of the tandoori paste. But if you're someone who loves curries and those type of flavors, get onto the tikka paste. It is absolutely amazing. You can use it on pizzas. I marinate chicken with it, barbecue it, and it's the most delicious marinade you will ever make. So get onto it. Cookie do tikka paste. Yum.
Oh, yum. On chicken would be delicious for like a lunch.
Oh, and I just freeze it up like you said, 90 grams. I roughly worked out was what we needed. So I'm good that you said the same number. And Ziploc them, freeze them, and it's so good.
Oh, that's a goodie. I'm going to try that then, because I always want something to like cook meat, like chicken in. So what I've added in is tomato paste and water, and I've got 20 grams of almond meal, and that's probably literally all I've got. So another thing that I make in my Thermi is almond meal, because it's cheaper to buy a big bag of almonds, all right? And I blitz them in my Thermomix, so that's just blitzed up almonds, which I need to make some more. It's just so easy, because it's like if you buy it in a packet, it's always definitely more expensive. So this is why, we're kind of sharing with people, and we've done a lot of money saving things, as well as that, your Thermomix is an investment, absolutely, but in the long run, and the way that you can save money, it all covers plus more in the end. So tandoori paste, making our own chicken stock, making our own almond meal, just making all these elements definitely cuts the cost of cooking. All right, this is asking me for chicken thighs, but I'm not. I'm adding in chicken breast, because I just got one big pack. Let's not complicate it. Some salt. So this is a really good, basic, easy curry. So one that the kids will eat, not too crazy. All right, that's asking for the varoma, but we're not using the varoma. We're just going to put the lid on, and that's going to cook for 8 minutes, okay? And we've got 11 minutes on our soup. The last step is going to be adding our coconut, is it cream? Yeah, I think it asks for cream. And then that will be it. And that will be our lunches and dinners for tomorrow night. All done. Hugging a mug and chicken curry. Pretty good. And this is why I love two, because they just do this. It's all happening. Renee, how long have you got on your?
Still 15.
Still 15. What we can do is, because we've got 7 minutes on that, Renee's actually got her hands on the glider board, if you want to check it out. So I've got one glider board, one machine on the glider board, just so you can have a look at it, if it's something you might want to grab.
Yeah, because I thought I was going to do, number one, we run these sessions so then you guys, number one, get the most out of Cookie Do. Number two, we're sharing all those tips and tricks that we're constantly gaining as we're using our machines. But number three, if you don't want to host, but you want to pick up one of these great host rewards, this is why we say bring along 2 friends and you get that amazing discounted price. Now, we all know June has some amazing deals. We've got the vacuum and the vacuum mop on a deal for about $400 off, but we've got the glider boards, and this I know between Teresa and myself, this is one of our favorites. So you can pick up the glider board. It is $149 in the mix shop, but if you bring 2 people along to one of our cups, or you host at home or online and you bring 2 friends, you can grab your hands on one of these for $50. That's a huge saving. But if one of your mates buys, you get it for free. So it's worth having those conversations with your friends and family. I was going to unbox this online and I might re-unbox it, but I thought for you guys, might be nice just to see for $50 or potentially free tonight, you can pick up one of these if you're not totally in love with a thermo server or something like that, because we all know if you've got a Thermomix, you need a thermo server. But these are new and they are hot at the moment. So the reason
they're very heavy, very heavy.
They are quite heavy. It's made, I can't remember what the stone was that they said it was made out of, but the whole reason behind this is they never recommended us using products like this under our Thermomixes, but we all move our Thermomixes around. Mine sits in the corner here sometimes, but I'm so short, I have to pull it forward to see in and use it. Sometimes it goes on the other side of the bench, but I can safely, and I won't pop it on there tonight because it's currently cooking. That would be unsafe. So I'd have to wait till it's off. But the glider board has, I think you can see these little feet. So that's where your 3 feet from your machine go on here. So they're your scales are inbuilt to your feet. And it will sit in there nice and flat. It's got these ridges, so you can easily grab onto the sides and move it around. It has a ridge in the front. Don't know if, oh, there you go. That's a better light there. So you can, which is the idea, is you lift and pull, but you say how. Reason is, oh,
like that. And then
there you go. Thanks, Teresa. But when Teresa puts it down, it's stuck there because of these feet here. So these feet are the same sort of feet that are on our Thermomixes, those rubber grippy feet. On the back here, we have 2 Teflon feet. So 4 rubbers and 2 Teflon. So this is, they shouldn't scratch surfaces because they're beautifully Teflon coated. They're really smooth. So they're going to glide really nicely, hence the name glide board. So as Teresa showed you, you just lift up and sit on those back 2 feet, get it off the 4 feet, and you're good to move it around. But it's a really sturdy, beautiful board. I can definitely see the 149. I don't know what the cents is. Don't quote me on that one exactly. In the board, the weight is 100% there. But for $50, get your hands on one.
The way to get it.
Get one for free if one of your mates buys. So that's the glider board. Definitely get in before end of June. So have a chat to either of us. It breaks my heart when people miss out on these deals. We're all for a good deal and the money saving, hence why we've all invested in Thermies, because we're about saving the money. So why not pick up, a host reward for that price? And for anyone that's interested in the thermo server, the same. Pick it up for $30, $50 instead of the $130, $150, which it would retail at. So keep those things in mind.
Sorry, I was just choking.
Any questions about the glider?
I can say with the glider board, so when I've done some dough, when you've got your machine on the bench, it can move when you're kneading dough and things like that, or if it's really working. I'm finding that it doesn't shift at all with the glider board. So it doesn't, even when it's kneading dough, it doesn't move because it's well supported. So it just keeps a very expensive machine safe. So it's definitely worth it. So it all fits in perfectly and it really just doesn't move. So definitely think about it, and there's ways to get it. I'm going to do a virtual cooking experience, a virtual demo. So there's still opportunities by the end of the month. Or if you want to do something with Renee or me, just one-on-one, or like with just your group, let us know because we can actually do that as well. But it's just such a good deal just to get your hands on one and not spend $150. So but no, they're great. They're really, really, really great. All right, we've got a minute left on that. 5 minutes on the soup. How many minutes have you got?
Clarify. clarify, Teresa, did you say you're doing a virtual on the Thursday? Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it's next Thursday.
Just for anyone that's interested, that's a great opportunity. We're
Yeah, I'll
already
just
in
do-
the virtual land.
Depends who it is, like who's coming, and then I'll just work out the menu. I don't know. Can do something just like an express one. Someone wants something express. Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll work it out close to time. I just want to give people a chance. All right, I'm going to stop it there for curries because a minute's not going to make a difference. So let's have a look at it so far, and it's going to cook for another 4. Because remember, the cauliflower is up here. Now, the reason why the Thermomix is not opening up is because at the end of a heat cook, okay, so when it hits a high temp, the Thermomix actually cools down for 20 seconds before opening, all right? So that's why that's just stopped for a bit. Okay. So usually we would stir up the what's it called, the cauliflower at the top, but we're going to keep going with that. So that's going to cook for another 4 minutes. And it says that you can prolong time for 2 minutes if it's not cooked to your liking, but remember it's talking about the cauliflower. All right, that's it, 4 minutes. So we're just waiting for things to finish up, and then we can show you, and we've done that in well and truly under an hour. Okay, well and truly. I know, 8:20. Very good. Did anyone have any questions in regards to their Thermomixes while we've got a couple of minutes, like any cookie questions or anything at all while you've got both of us here? And we're just waiting for cook to finish. Sorry, I've got my 4-year-old who should be in bed. Cheeky chop.
Any questions? I feel like these are done. I definitely could have used all 6, 7, 8, all 8 of the ramekins. You're gonna laugh when you see them. They're like over the top.
Oh, are they? But then when you
I think they're
them,
done. They feel, yeah, I'll have to cut it. So I would end up with like some odd, like they're quite large.
Oh, you're so good. I would have just popped them on the plate.
It's done.
So how many minutes is that? And then what are you stopping it at?
I'm stopping it at 6.
6?
Yeah, it's just going to cool down for a second.
Yeah, it takes that 20 seconds to cool down.
I might just grab a plate and I'll serve one up. But what's come out of the top looks cooked. So give me a second. I'll grab a plate and the toffee.
Jenny, how's your thermi going? How did that carrot cake?
Carrot cake went well, and
Yeah?
I think I've made the same curry as you. So
Oh, did you? Yeah, the creamy chicken curry.
yeah, coconut cream curry or something. I think I've done
Yeah,
that.
that's it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So no, I've done something just about every day, so it's good.
Well done.
Yeah. Yeah. Did we all see that?
Oh, yeah, they did pop out.
They really exploded. Jeez.
And you didn't even fill them up.
No, they were still a centimetre away from the top. So maybe just gauge it. I wonder if it's the wholemeal flour that has affected it. But maybe just gauge it. I think I definitely could have used all the 8 ramekins that I had. So I'm just going to cut the top off.
Flour have been self-raising?
Half.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't self-raising. It was definitely plain wholemeal flour. I double checked because I normally only buy self-raising. It's going to come out of the ramekin.
Oh, they just pop out. I love anything silicone. I'm obsessed. Oh, look at them. They look great.
Yeah, definitely cooked. It's a bit gooey on the side, but
that's right.
Cooked. Are we ready?
Oh my gosh, yum. Oh. Wish I was doing that one so I could eat it.
No, Matt was my partner was like, I can't wait. I'm purposely staying up waiting. I think he's out the back. So that's it. How cute is that?
I love that recipe. That is so good. And I think the little molds are amazing.
just so you can see the mold, like that's pretty clean. And that just had a bit of butter in there. So that's it. And I do have yeah, I could do a double serve. That's the top bit. Like,
wow.
I'll eat one. Yeah.
Yum.
So see, a bit of cream on the side. Beautiful. I'll take a photo. Might have to pour another one and film it.
Oh, I've got the cough now.
The dreaded cough.
So I've just added 90 grams of coconut cream in that. So that's just mixing that away. And my hug in the mug is finished. So there's our hug in a mug soup. Just going to pour, oh, it's still bubbling. Just going to pour a little bit here. Woo! Making a mess. So you can see that. So we've got our little bit of veggies, we've got the little chunks of chicken in there, but a really hearty, delicious, simple soup, and all made in the one jug. We love anything in the one jug. So we've literally made a curry in a jug, our soup in a jug, Renee's made dessert in a jug, and all very wintry items. So we're loving it. Renee, that looks amazing.
Yeah, so Matt's just come in. We'll get a verdict. He's already spotted it on the table. Yeah, you can dig into that. Ooh, might be a bit hot. Be careful. Look how cute. Excited. Do we want to do a really quick hot chocolate?
Yeah, let's do a really quick hot chocolate.
Let's do it.
I'm going to grab a spoon and try to soup too.
Yeah, all of them in the Varoma, so it's pretty consistent. They all have come out. I could have easily used the other two, but I'll pop those aside. Good. He's lovely, nodding in.
Well. My trick with chocolate as well is old Easter eggs. I blitz them all up. Some of you might have heard it already. I blitz it all up at the end of Easter. I get the kids to choose whichever they want. But they always get a ridiculous amount. I blitz them in the Thermomix, I pop them in the freezer, and then I use them for things like this. So like hot chocolate or any of my chocolate bakes throughout the year. And I just grab my chocolate from there and it's good to go. Oh, yum.
Yeah, I wish I had chocolate hiding in the...
Sticky date's a winner.
Sticky date's a winner. There we go. That's the verdict. All right. So...
Let's do some milk.
In a second. Now he wants my milk. All right. So the hot chocolate is so simple. I would have loved to have chocolate hidden away in the freezer, but I did have to buy some. In saying that, it does roughly take just shy of a block. I just use the Aldi block, but it does take just shy of a block. So keep that in mind when using this recipe. We first start off with 18 ounces. So it is not a metric one, but as you all know, our machine does the weighing, so it doesn't matter. I'm just going to stir this one in. And you might think 18 is quite a bit. It is a serve of 4. Ooh. 2. Did really well. There you go, Maddie. Got the milk now. Just pop it back in the fridge. All right. We've got our milk in. Our next one is our chocolate, which I tried to cut, sort of roughly as small as I could, just to help. Obviously, even with the chopping in your Thermomix, sometimes if you go a bit smaller, it chops a bit better or a bit quicker. So just keep that in mind. I obviously wanted it to mix and melt down quite quickly. So it asked for 4 to 5 ounces of chocolate. There is a little tip on the screen, and I did read it because I wanted to know if I could use block chocolate. So it says it's fine, use dark chocolate or milk chocolate. But if you are using a dark chocolate, I think it was 50 to 70%. It may have been a bit higher. It said to actually add sugar. So I dare say it would make quite a bitter chocolate milk. So just keep that in mine, 50 to 70%, add a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of sugar. Then it gives you some variations. You can put some spices in it. You can do vanilla in it. It gives you a few gorgeous examples. So if you wanted to mix it up a little bit and just not have a plain chocolate milk, that's some of your options. So I'll pop in the 4 to 5, just under we are, ounces of chocolate.
Definitely always look into the tip section on your cookie dough, because often it gives you variations to the recipe or alternatives. So it's a great way to get more out of your recipe. Look down always and just, oh no, he's awake. And just check what it says. I think he'd rather be at your house, Renee, than mine, because I've just got chicken soup and curry. It's not a hot, not hot chocolate and sticky date pudding. While that's
and doing it, he's sticking around.
Yeah, and there's our curry. Okay, so pretty simple. Now it's shredded it up a bit, and I reckon that's because I use breast and not thigh. But it doesn't matter to me. I'm not fussed. It's still got that curry flavor. And that's tomorrow night, over some rice. Too easy. And I must say, the Hug and a Mug, delicious. It's really creamy, but it's not cream. There's no cream in it, but it tastes like really creamy and thick. So thumbs up for me with the soup and the curry. Okay.
You'll post photos of those tomorrow too, Teresa?
Yeah, I'll post them. I'll take a photo of them. How long does the hot chocolate cook for, Renee? Oh, sorry, I missed that.
No, that's all right. A total of 7 minutes, and it gets to 170 Fahrenheit, but I'm going to say it's probably around 80 degrees, maybe a bit less. Trying to picture where the cursor is, where we might be 60 to 80. So roughly heats up that much. So it's just enough to obviously melt down that chocolate, combine it with the milk. But we've got 4 minutes left for that to melt down. And I can hear it was making a bit of a clunking sound, obviously chewing around those chocolate pieces. It's already started to melt down, so it's a softer sound as it's starting to mix now. Always listen out to the sound that your machine's making. Because I feel like it just gives you an idea and an indication of where it's at or what it's achieving sometimes. So just something to keep in mind. About 3 minutes left on that one, so we might have to see that.
So on our last 3 minutes, we'll wrap things up, and then Renee can show us our hot chocolate. But did anyone have any questions or any comments or anything? Now, Renee and I are thinking of doing some in-person classes very soon. So in the Thornbury area, so the Melburnians, if something you might like to think about joining us, hit us with some ideas of what you'd like to see. We're thinking an Italian session. We also saw a sweet session as well, potentially. So we're brainstorming some ideas just for some cooking classes like this, but in person, where you get to actually taste the food as well. So let us know if you have anything or any requests or anything like that, and hopefully we can make that happen. Yeah, so it'll be nice to actually do some in-person stuff as well. So let us know if you have any requests.
So I reckon that's almost done. So I think I'm actually going to turn it off. It looks very consistent in the color already. It's just shy of the temp expectation. It just might not be piping hot when it comes out. So I'm just going to turn my dial back off. It's counting down the clock, as Teresa said, because I know at the start I was like, why isn't it opening straight away? It counts down and literally pop the ingredients in. It mixes up and actually smells really good.
Oh, yum.
That's our chocky mix there. I can see steam coming off it, so obviously it is quite warm. And if I do a pour for you.
Yum. That's proper hot chocolate.
Chocolate milk. That was really cute. I was like, I wish I read the tips. I wish I read them early because it said top with. I wish I bought some. I could have whipped up some cream and popped that on top. Or you could have done the spice. I would love to have add like a bit of a mixed spice in there, some cinnamon, things like that, bit of ginger.
Yeah.
I love that sort of spicy flavor and taste. Or you foam up some milk and pop just the foam on top. Great for the kids. They like to decorate them, things like that. So that's the hot chocolate. Nice.
Beautiful. Oh, that looks good. Oh, I definitely cooked up the wrong stuff tonight.
That's naughty.
I want to be at your house. But thank you to everyone for coming. We hope it gave you some ideas for winter, some cook-ups as well. And if you have any questions, contact Renee, contact me, whoever. And please feel free to ask us anything. And if you want to organise that glider board session, chat to one of us. That's fine. But thank you for coming. We really appreciate your time. Hope it helps.
Thank you for your time too.
Thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And next time we're on.
Just on tonight in the glider board, if there is, sorry, Alison.
Sorry, Alison.
I think I broke up then.
Next time I'm on, I will have made the chicken stock paste.
So long.
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Ask
of
for your
time.
reviews.
Yes. Double it. And you can double it as well. Enjoy.
Fantastic.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for joining us, ladies. We love your support.
Thank you.
Thanks, girls.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Carolyn. Bye, Rainey. Bye, Cole.
Bye. I think I want to come next door.
Allison.
I think I want to come next door and grab that sticky date and a cup of hot chocolate, thanks.
Really?
Run down. Seriously,
Yeah, I will.
run down.
They look
Yeah.
too good.
And the hot chockey. You've got the perfect.
hot
you and
chockey.
Rog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
All
know.
set.
Bring your takeaway.
Bring your
cup,
plate. Bring your plate. Save the wash up. And some cups. You can have some of this. Bring some cups.
Done.
Roger
Thanks.
will love this. Roger
Really will.
hates the stuff I make. He's like, is it healthy, Renee? But he will love this. It's so decadent. Naughty. 2 naughty treats in one night. I'm his
I
new best
know.
friend.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. I'm normally the one who doesn't make the naughty things, but
No, I know.
I ended up with them. And it suited me tonight. I was like, oh, I can't be bothered. They were nice and quick. So
They were nice and quick, weren't
that's
they?
me.
Mm,
Oh, so quick.
Everything
They
is.
were good.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, everything
How's
was.
that soup, Teresa?
What's that?
How's the soup?
Oh, it's delicious. Look at me. I've scoffed the whole bowl.
Good.
Why?